It's preparation, 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 preparation. And I can't emphasize enough on double check, triple check, quadruple check on a daily basis. I still get butterflies when I go on shoots. I think ENG shoots are, any kind of shoot that you're outside of a studio where you don't have the comfort of home, basically. You don't have an engineering department to help you out. You don't have extra bodies to help you out. You don't have a storage area full of cables and tapes and whatever to help you out. So it's a big challenge every time you go out.
You go through a system of checks. You have to know that your gear is good. You have to have a backup battery with you always. You have to have backup tape with you always. You have to check your gear at the station before you leave. Put a tape in. Put a battery on. Roll it for 60 seconds. Play it back on a deck to a monitor. Make sure it's okay.
One of my habits is to just take more than you need.
I always use a backpack just because it's quick to grab.
Obviously, you can take an extra camera or an extra monitor with you, but the things that you can get extra of.
Always have an extra battery. Always have 2 tapes.
AC cables. I mean, you'll have no idea how one extra set can really save you on location. A power strip.
Always have an extension cord. Always have some 3 to 2 cheaters. So that if you get into somebody's house that's kind of old, it's an older house, and all your extension cords are the 3-prong, and all of their plugs are 2-prong.
I always have a couple of brand new tapes in my car. I always have gaffer tape. I always have gels. I always have. I wear a belt that has all these greenies and little tools, and your flashlight, and
you always have a Swiss knife with a Phillips head and a regular screwdriver and a blade on it. You always have a little roll of duct tape.
And you can always leave them in the car. You don't have to take them on location with you, but they're somewhere accessible where you can, sorry, I need 5 minutes to do this, and run out and get what you need to get and come back.
Clearly, if you do not prepare the tools of your trade in anything that you do, you're not going to be too successful. I mean, there's a belief that, at least in the news business, that you come into work, you jump into a vehicle, pull your camera out of the vehicle, start to gather your elements, and that's it. You're ready to go. When I come in, as in any photographer, they should spend a few minutes, of course, in preparing to make sure that they got everything they need. Not only extra tapes, if that's the medium you're using, not only extra batteries, which of course we have a run bag, batteries with tapes, extra cables. In our industry, of course, most of our stuff is wireless. What happens when your RF microphone fails? Well, you're going to need to hardline it with an audio cable. I'm just going to press the band as I usually do. All of us do the same thing. Make sure we have tapes, make sure our batteries are charged, of course, and just wait for our assignment. Operators, leave the trucks behind with tapes all over the place, and you end up going through the mess looking for things that you need. All I'm looking for now are just tape labels. And why can't I find any? The good news is I have some in my run bag. So definitely going through your personal checklist of making sure you got all the things you need. Things as simple as tape labels. KCAL truly is the only shop in town that has every single one of their photographers shoot and edit everything they do on a daily basis. A couple of the stations in town are attempting to make that happen, and as you probably know, at every station these trucks are just double shifted and they just keep getting beat up and beat up and beat up, and it's hard to stay on top of things, make sure they work almost on a daily basis, far beyond just being a photographer and editor. You kind of have to be an engineer. You have to know the basic aspects of troubleshooting. Again, I will check to make sure it actually works. I will check my RF microphone and make sure that works. check, 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 check. And if you're a good photographer, you will always wear headsets, because if you don't have sound, it does you no good. Check, 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 check. And of course the reverse is just as important. You might have sound, but if you don't have pictures, then your radio. Everything seems to be working. All I got to do now is wait for a reporter and get out of Dodge.